In this video, when discussing the term system, we refer not to any specific political, cultural, or religious framework. Instead, we're addressing the underlying forces that drive a multitude of human behaviors and mental states, such as anger and anxiety. This concept pertains to our susceptibility to the influence of our environment, a kind of enslavement to external circumstances. Reflecting on the human condition, it's evident that many of us are significantly influenced and controlled by external factors. Our happiness often depends on acquiring what we desire from the outside world, while sadness strikes when we lose these things. The approval or disapproval of others impacts us deeply, praise lifts us, and dislike brings us down. Interestingly, the intensity of our desires or aversions directly correlates with the sacrifices we're willing to make. This cycle of desire, aversion, love, hate, like, and dislike leaves us in a constant state of fear, making us vulnerable to manipulation through shaming, blaming, and the allure of external entities like corporations, political parties, and cults. But what if we rejected this external carrot? What if we chose to break free from this system? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, centers on achieving freedom from the whims of our environment. It's crucial to understand that gaining freedom from this system doesn't involve destroying our surroundings. The external world, with its inevitable conditions, isn't to blame. Rather, our enslavement to these conditions is the issue. Why do we let fate's waves sweep us away? Why do minor misfortunes or bits of luck control our emotions? The Stoic philosopher Epictetus sheds light on this. People are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. For example, death isn't inherently terrible, as shown by Socrates' perspective. The terror comes from perceiving it as such. Therefore, when we encounter obstacles, disturbances, or grief, we should blame not external factors but our own principles. The system thrives as long as we engage with it. The more we attribute tragedy and fortune to natural forces beyond our control, the more we leave our emotional state to chance. Fortunately, Stoicism provides invaluable wisdom for breaking free from this system. Here are 7 Stoic principles to guide us in replacing a vulnerable, erratic, and tumultuous existence with one of peace and liberation. Before we begin, please ensure you're subscribed to the channel. And remember, stay till the end to master your emotions effectively. Number 1. Cultivate cheerfulness in all circumstances. We often waste time hoping for favorable outcomes and dreading unfortunate events, spending hours upset when the future doesn't unfold as expected. Humanity has become skilled at wrestling with fate, leading to inevitable pain and resistance to uncertainty. This fear of adversity has even become a profitable industry, with many selling promises of safety and protection against unpleasant experiences. As we try to outsmart fate by manipulating our surroundings, we often forget that we can't control every aspect of life. Despite our efforts, fate prevails. Therefore, true liberation from the system comes from accepting whatever life brings, rather than futilely resisting the inevitable. This acceptance reduces the likelihood of exploitation by others and lessens our disturbance in the face of adversity. Seneca aptly stated, "Why then should we be angry? Why should we lament? We are prepared for our fate. Let nature deal as she will with her own. Let us be cheerful whatever befalls, and stoutly reflect that it is not anything of our own that perishes." Number 2. Embrace detachment from material possessions. In our society, people often endure unfulfilling jobs and hectic schedules in the relentless pursuit of material wealth, believing that happiness depends on external factors like income, social status, or possessions. However, we must question the value of these efforts, as they largely fall under the realm of fate and luck. Seneca, in his letter to Lucilius, challenges the value of material possessions, questioning whether they truly bring happiness or merely serve as symbols of an outwardly beautiful life. He argues that our happiness should not hinge on external factors, be it wealth or even basic necessities. This philosophy promotes independence from external circumstances, advocating for true freedom and happiness found within, not influenced by luck or external power. Imagine living in a modern society where the pursuit of material wealth is constant. Stoic philosophy encourages questioning the true value of this pursuit. Realizing that happiness shouldn't depend on material possessions, one might shift focus to finding inner contentment, learning to live independently of external factors. This approach helps to escape the pressure of societal expectations and material pursuit, aiming for genuine happiness and inner freedom without seeking external validation. Thus, Stoic philosophy teaches us to seek happiness and independence from within, not relying on material possessions or external circumstances. By focusing on personal growth and seeking true happiness from within, we can achieve genuine contentment and freedom, a lesson of immense value in our daily lives. Number 3. Release strong attachments to individuals. Letting go of intense emotional attachments to individuals is crucial, as these emotions can lead to fear-driven actions and detrimental consequences. The love story of Padme and Anakin in the Star Wars prequel trilogy illustrates the dangers of unhealthy attachment. Anakin's fear of losing Padme, driven by possessiveness and lack of trust, ultimately led to his downfall and transformation into Darth Vader. This serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of love turning into obsession. Epictetus advises a healthy detachment in our relationships. He suggests viewing cherished objects as impermanent and loving in a general sense rather than fixating on specific instances. This approach fosters broader love and emotional detachment, allowing us to appreciate the beauty and uniqueness of all things without heartache. It helps in dealing with the complexities of human relationships by avoiding fixation on a single individual, thereby finding stability and appreciating diversity. Number 4. Develop the skill of endurance. Often, our instinct in adverse situations is to seek a quick escape. However, enduring hardship can be more beneficial. Many compromise their values or principles to avoid suffering, not realizing that suffering is a tool of control used by those trying to manipulate us. Marcus Aurelius teaches that patience can be empowering. Everything that happens is either endurable or not. If it's endurable, then endure it. If it's unendurable, its end will inevitably come. This philosophy echoes the story of Sisyphus, as interpreted by Albert Camus, who found freedom in accepting his fate. In Stoic philosophy, embracing our circumstances and finding peace and freedom within him is key. This mindset emphasizes the importance of inner peace and self-acceptance as the path to true happiness and independence. By focusing on personal development and seeking genuine happiness from within, Stoicism offers valuable guidance for living a fulfilled life. Number 5. Diminishing concern for reputation. Stoics regard reputation as a common preference, easily acquired but not essential for happiness. Moreover, like all external factors, reputation is ultimately beyond our control. The pursuit of a good reputation can be futile, as it is susceptible to change due to a single mistake or an unexpected turn of events. This pursuit often leads to an over-reliance on the opinions of others, making us vulnerable to manipulation and exploitation, and essentially becoming slaves to societal perceptions. Epictetus argued that the desire for a good reputation should not compromise our mental well-being. He believed we should be willing to face shame, criticism, exclusion, or ridicule if it means achieving peace and freedom, which are within our control and unaffected by others' opinions. Consider the story of two friends, John and Mike. John is meticulous in building his reputation, performing good deeds and earning respect in his community. However, a minor mistake suddenly magnifies and tarnishes his reputation. On the other hand, Mike, who leads an unethical life and disregards his social standing, unexpectedly gains fame and admiration due to a fortuitous event, despite not actively seeking it. This scenario demonstrates that reputation is unpredictable and can change rapidly. Excessive concern about reputation can lead to dependence on others' opinions. Stoic philosophy teaches us that it is more crucial to focus on controlling our emotions and mind to achieve peace and freedom, rather than being overly concerned with how we are perceived by others. Number 6. Handling provocation and insults. Our instinctive responses to provocation and insults often lean towards anger and hostility. This reaction empowers others over our emotions, linking our happiness to their actions. Individuals who display malice, toxicity, narcissism, or mental instability can introduce negativity into our lives, akin to a relentless downpour. However, we have a vital choice in how we respond. As Viktor Frankl observed, between a stimulus and our response, there's a space where we have the power to choose our reaction. In this choice lies our growth and freedom. Responding to provocations with anger or fear surrenders our emotional well-being to others. In contrast, choosing indifference prevents their negativity from penetrating our hearts and minds, merely affecting our surroundings rather than ourselves. By making this choice, we protect our freedom and inner peace. Consider a scenario in a workplace where a colleague consistently displays arrogance and toxicity, often criticizing your work. In the past, your response might have been anger, leading to stress and a negative impact on your work. However, inspired by Stoic philosophy and Viktor Frankl's advice, you decide to change your approach. Instead of reacting with anger, you choose indifference, not allowing their criticism to affect your mood or mental freedom. By focusing on your work and maintaining a positive mindset, you become stronger, concentrate on personal development, and remain unaffected by the toxicity of others. Number 7. Embrace mortality. Many believe that the root of all fears is the fear of death. Like the fear of pain, the dread of death can profoundly influence our life choices. Stoic philosophers suggest that living a virtuous life is more meaningful than merely striving for longevity. While we can't control our lifespan, we do have the power to shape the quality of our lives. The fear of death often leads us to live defensively, avoiding risks for the sake of perceived safety, thereby reducing our lives to a state of anxious survival rather than a meaningful existence. This fear can turn us into followers, eagerly looking for someone to promise us safety and longevity, even though no one can shield us from the natural process of aging and eventual death. Marcus Aurelius viewed death as a natural occurrence, akin to growth, maturity, or aging. Death, in his perspective, is not to be met with coldness, eagerness, or disdain, but acknowledged as an inevitable part of life, just as we accept birth. By applying Stoic principles, we can learn to step away from the societal rat race and find true happiness. Stoicism encourages a shift from the relentless pursuit of material wealth and social recognition to an inward focus, seeking contentment and freedom within ourselves. Prioritizing personal growth, inner peace, and knowledge over materialistic and external achievements can lead to a more fulfilling life. If you find these Stoic insights on escaping the societal rat race valuable, please give this video a like, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on personal development and philosophy. Your support motivates us to continue sharing knowledge that can enrich your life. Thank you for watching.